A very good evening to our beloved lecturer, Madam Nurhafiza binti Ismail. Let me introduce myself. My name is Cheryl Elmyra, Anak Bonie, and this is my group mates, Robinson, Anak Pauline, and Bernard Tay Kar Leong. Today we are going to talk about Chapter 2, Concrete Materials and Mixture. Next. This topic introduces the student to the preparation, transportation, casting, placing, and compaction and treatment of concrete at the site. To understand the standard testing for trial mixture for ready mixed concrete. Next. What is segregation? A separation of coarse and fine aggregate with cement paste. It may happening during the concrete mix, transported, placed, or compact. And then the segregation makes the concrete weaker, less durable, and will leave a poor surface finish. Next slide. The effect of segregation on concrete. Due to the segregation after placing, the concrete in the lower part of a pour of any significant depth can be stronger than that in the upper part. Second, the segregated concrete does not give a homogeneous mass throughout the structure. Third, rock pockets, sand streaks, and porous layers in hard concrete are the result of segregation. And the last, due to the segregation, excess mortar comes to the top of the surface, which causes plastic shrinkage, cracks. Next. How to avoid segregation. So first, always use concrete which is pre-designed with optimum quantity of water. Let's say not too wet or not too dry. Second, weight the ingredients of concrete properly before mix them. Weight batching is always recommended than volumetric batching of concrete. Next, mix the concrete properly at the correct speed in a mixture of at least 2 minutes. And fourth, place the concrete in its final position as soon as possible. Never pour concrete from higher height. Use proper shuttering materials and make the formwork watertight. This will prevent the leakages of cement paste from the formwork. Next. The workability in wet concrete. It means that it is a mixture of water, cement, aggregate, and admixture. It is designed to produce concrete that can be easily placed at the lowest cost. Workability means how easy it is to place, handle, compact, and finish a concrete mix. Concrete is stiff or dry may be difficult to handle, place, compact, and finish, and if not constructed properly, will not be as strong or durable when finally hard. A slump and web test can be used to measure the workability of concrete. The workability is affected by the two factors, the amount of cement paste and the aggregate grading. The amount of cement paste. The cement paste is the soft or liquid part of the concrete mix. The more paste mixed with the coarse and fine aggregates, the more workable a mix. The aggregate grading. Well-graded move round of the workability of a mix. To make a more workable mix, add more cement paste, use well-graded aggregates, and use an admixture. Workability test is a slump test. The first step, moisten the inside of the cone and put it on a smooth level surface such as a moist piece of plywood or a concrete slab. Fill the cone 1/3 full with a sample of concrete to help the concrete fully settle and allow any air to escape. Fill the cone until it's 2/3 full and tamp this layer with the rod. Next, add more concrete until the cone is slightly overfilled and tamp this layer. Scrape off excess concrete. Slowly lift the cone away from the concrete. Put the cone beside the concrete but not touching it. Poke a 1/4 hole in the bottom of the plastic cup with the pen, allow air to escape. Fill the cup with freshly mixed concrete and pack it well. Place the filled cup upside down on a flat, rigid surface. And lastly, measure the distance of the slump with a ruler. Next. What is bleeding in concrete? Bleeding concrete means a form of segregation where water rises to surface of freshly placed concrete. The cement paste has hardened. It is natural tendency for the solid particles to move downwards and displace water. It is expressed as total settlement per unit weight of concrete and cause plastic shrinkage cracking. Can be reduced by finer cement, high alkali, high C3A, and addition of calcium. Also be reduced for high temperature and with the use of pozzolan and aluminium powder. Next. How to reduce bleeding. First, add minimum water content in the concrete mix. Use chemical admixtures to reduce demand to water for a required workability. Next, design the concrete mix properly. Use fly ash or other supplementary cementitious materials. Fourth, using air and training admixtures is very effective in reducing the bleeding. 5. Add more cement in the mix. And last, increase the amount of fine aggregate if sand is coarser in mix and reduce aggregate proportionally. So I'm going to pass this slide to Bernard.
Okay, thank you, Cheryl. Okay, for my part, I will present the hardener concrete. Okay, the first one is the plastic. The first state of concrete is known as the plastic state, which refers to the concrete when it is wet. Concrete is made of aggregate, water, and cement, and all these ingredients are mixed together to create a building material that allows you to maneuver it into position. When it is in the plastic state, concrete can be poured into site wood forms, high-rise walls, foundation footings, underground trenches, or any other shape needed for a specific project. This makes it more maneuverable compared to other building material. Okay, the next one is curing. Uh, the second step of concrete is known as curing, which is what helps concrete develop its strength and durability. Curing takes place right after concrete has been placed and finished. During the process, uh, moisture and temperature are controlled for an extended period of time. If not cured properly, concrete is at risk of scarring and abrasion, which makes for an unsightly finished product. The length of the time needed to cure concrete is typically 28 days, but the curing time may vary based on the mix proportions, desired strength, weather conditions, and size of the overall. hardener. After the curing process, concrete is in the hardener state, which is what most people associate with when thinking about concrete. This state takes place when the concrete has developed its specific strength and can be used for its intended purposes, as for a road, sidewalk, patio, and etc. And Ozinga's concrete experts constantly work toward creating the right mix to help your project move along. Learn more about our ready-mix concrete products today. Okay, next one. Criteria of hardener concrete. Compression strength. Some of the most important factors are: the first one is type of cement, the second one is nature of aggregate, the third one is water cement ratio, and then the fourth one is curing conditions, the fifth one is weather conditions, the sixth is admixtures, the seventh is method of preparation. Okay, shrinkage, plastic shrinkage, and the second one is drying shrinkage. The third one is thermal shrinkage. Okay, tensile bending strength, reinforced cement concrete, flexural strength test. Okay, durability strength. The first one is force action. The second one is chemical attack. The third one is alkali aggregate reaction. Okay, preparation of concrete on site. First of all, batching of concrete stands for the method of estimating and mixing the required concrete ingredients with both weight or volume according to the mix design and transplanting them into the mix to create a consistent quality of concrete. Okay, this is the first one, volume batching. Materials are measured on the basics of volume. It is less precise, precise method of batching. Second one is cement is taken in the form of bags, where volume of one bag of cement 50 kilogram is taken as 35 liters. Gauge boxes are generally deeper and contains narrow top surface, and they are made of timber or steel or iron. Then the last one is water is measured using water meter or water cans of non-volume are used. Okay, for the second batching is wet batching. Okay, for the first one of the wet batching is cement and fine aggregate, coarse aggregate, and water are taken by wedging. The second one is material are measured on the basis of the volume. It is less precise method of batching. The third one is in mechanical wet batches. Wet are measured using spring and dew gauge arrangement, and it is widely used equipment in wet batching. For the fourth one is available whether in manual or semi-automatic or fully automatic. Manual type is used for small concrete production job, while other two types are used for large concrete production. Missing concrete. The processing of rolling, folding, and spreading of particles is known as the missing concrete. The material of concrete should be mixed thoroughly so that there is uniform distribution of materials in the mass of concrete. The true miss the charge missing also ensures that cement water paste completely covers the surfaces of aggregates. The mixing of materials of concrete can be done either with hand or with the help of cement mixer machine. This one is the first one. First method. Okay, hand mixing. For hand mixing, the materials are stuck on a watertight platform, which may be either of wood, brick, or steel. The materials should be thoroughly mixed at least 3 times in dry condition before water is added. The prepared mix should be consumed in 30 minutes. After adding water, the mixing by hand is allowed in case of small works of unimportant works where small quantity of concrete is required. For important works, if hand mixing is to be adopted, it is advisable to use 10% more cement than specified. Okay, the second one, machine mixing. For the first one is it can either be in rotation, yep, or steering operation. The second one is the rotation operation is used in tilting, drum mixer, non-tilting, drum mixer, dual drum mixer, and continuous mixer, while the steering operation is used in pan type mixer. Tilting drum mixer. A tilting drum mixer is one whose drum in which mixing takes place is tilted for discharging. And the second mixer is non-tilting drum mixer. A non-tilting drum is one in which the axis of the mixture is always horizontal and discharge takes place by inserting a thread into drum or by reversing the direction or rotation of drum. Okay. The last mixture is dual drum mixture. A dual drum is something used in highway construction. Here there are two drums in series, concrete being mixed part of the time in one, and then transferred to the other for the remainder of the mixing time before discharge. Okay, after this, I will pass the slide to Robin.
Thank you, Bernard. For method of transporting concrete, first, the method used to transport concrete depends on which one is the lowest cost and easiest for the job size. Second, a small job, how wheelbarrow is the easiest way to transport concrete. Third, concrete can be handled and transported by many methods, including use of chutes, a concrete truck, a concrete pump, and a crane. Fourth, the main consideration is selecting the type of equipment to be used is an economic one. However, sometimes job requires specialized equipment and thus the cost is a secondary. Next slide. Compacting of concrete. First, what is compaction? Compaction is done by shaking or vibrating the concrete which liquefies it, allowing the trapped air to rise out. When to compact? Compaction must be done as concrete is placed while it is still plastic. Never let concrete dry out and stiffen because it will be too hard to compact. Number 3, why we must compact? Properly compacted concrete is more dense, strong, and durable. Number 4, method of compaction can either be hand compaction or machine compaction. First, hand compaction consists of rolling, tamping, and spreading with suitable tools. Number 2, machine compaction. Concrete mix that normally used for hand compaction are of fairly workable mix if the sections are narrow and the reinforcement close packed. Next slide. Okay, last one. Curing of concrete. What is curing? Curing means to cover the concrete so it stays moist. By keeping concrete moist, the bond between the plastic and the aggregate gets stronger. Then, concrete does not harden properly if it left to dry out. When to cure? Curing is done just after finishing the concrete surface as soon as it will not be damaged. Number 2, when curing, leave the floor in place to have reduced water loss in hot weather above 330 Celsius. Concrete can dry out easily. Why where we must cure. To make concrete less likely to crack, more durable, and stronger. Number two, cure concrete has a surface that wears better, lasts longer, and better protects the steel reinforcement. How to cure? First, water curing, cover with plastic sheet, chemical membrane, and steam curing. How long to cure? First, concrete keeps getting harder and stronger over time. Number two, also concrete job must be cured for at least 3 days. And last one is cure concrete for 7 days for better durability and strength. That's all for me. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.